Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Alam ko maraming magiging dito, no? Interested makinig sa episode nito. Bakit? Maraming nakakaranas nito in Canada, no? Yung mga kababayan natin. Na ikaw ay retired na o nag-iisip ng mag-retire. Yun nga lang, siguro nagdadalawang isip ka because meron ka pang binabayarang mortgage. Okay. And of course, this applies not only to those who are in retiring age na, malapit na mag-retire. Siyempre, kahit yung mga mas bata-bata pa, it's good to know these things now para makapag-prepare. Diba? Okay, so what do you do when you are about to retire at meron ka pang binabayarang mortgage? Can you retire? Will you delay retirement? Ano ba ang iyong options? What are the financial tools available to you? Yan ang ating pag-uusapan kasama ang ating nagbabalik na guest, mortgage specialist, Ate Susan Mendoza. Hi, Ate Susan. Welcome back.
Hello,
It's been a
hello.
while.
Good morning, good afternoon sa inyong
Ayan.
lahat. Nasa man tayo?
Okay, so again, si Ate Susan ay ang ating suking mortgage specialist. Her contact information, yung email niya, yung gumagapang sa baba. Dalawang email yan. Do you prefer to be emailed sa una o pangalawa, Ate Susan? Or
Either way, the
Okay.
Gmail is quicker to get to me. So, but parehas siya na ginagamit.
Yan, okay. Hi, Ate Susan again. Thank you so much. I think this is definitely a useful topic. Meron na bang mga lumalapit sa'yo? May naging kliyente ka na ganito ang sitwasyon? Yeah. Ano ang usual complaints nila o concerns when they go to you about this?
Actually, marami. Again, budgeting is the 101. Kung iisipin mo mag-retire ka or if you still have a mortgage when you retire. A lot of times, ang iniisip ng tao, hindi na, kasi a lot of us naman ng mga majority, very financially savvy naman ng everybody na. At one point or the other, meron silang alam sa pagbabudget nila or where do they wanna be when they retire.
Yeah.
Usapang Pinoy, I guess. What do we want to do, di ba? Maybe 50 sasabihin, uuwi kami ng Pinas kasi, ang budget will be better if we go there.
Yeah.
Isipin muna anong income natin. And majority of us probably will get CPP or old age and pension, but old age is not until 65 years old. And there's a talk that it may be pushed back pa. Hindi ko pa alam details on, but nakita ko lang sa Google, right? So yeah, ang budgeting. Maraming option when it comes to retiring with a mortgage. Nasaan ba tayo sa stage ng mortgage natin?
It will depend. Kumbaga, Ate Susan, your advice will depend on how many years they have to go. Ganun ba yun?
How many years or do they care kung how many years pang nila? Kasi yung cash flow ang importante sa a lot of seniors na ang income lang ang nagre-rely sa pension. Diba? So unless they have a very good pension from work and prior to retirement, meron na silang budgeting na even though they retired, the mortgage payment is still accountable sa budget nila. So those are probably nasa 10-20% ng population which they really had a good financial advice or preparation for retirement. So yun yung mga nakakaangat or nauna na nilang alam ng gagawin nila, ahead na sila.
Correct. Paano yun, Ate Susan? 10-20% lang. So let's talk about yung estimated 80-90% na likely, no, medyo baka hindi kayanin if they rely on government pension, ano man ang savings na meron sila. Kumbaga mahihirapan sila to keep up with the mortgage payments. What can they do? It's the only, some kasi are saying, wala akong choice. De-delay ko na lang yung retirement ko, I will work forever. Mga ganon, di ba?
Yeah, I always say, like, to me, going back sa experience ko, I've seen this and I've applied it to myself. I've always advised customer na to have a relationship with your banking advisor, whether a level of banking advisor to investment planner, retirement planning. Talk to them. It's free. Take advantage of the services. Kasi yun ang expertise nila. Maybe you're doing something expert mo yung trabaho mo, but in terms of your financial status, mag-ask sa expert. Kung alam mo, that's good. You don't need them, di ba? But always ask an expert. Start with that. Kasi nandyan sila to help, di ba? They want to be able to help. Kasi kung hindi sila mag-help and not do a good job, then wala silang trabaho. So they better know how to advise people on how to plan. Not just for retirement, but for, maintaining that stability ng buhay nila at of whatever stage they are in.
Yeah. Okay. And by the way, guys, si Ate Susan, bago po siya naging into mortgage, you were a financial advisor in a bank, right? For a while.
Yeah, I
Oh,
started as a teller back in 99, 2000 sa BMO. Then
okay.
after that, I was a financial advisor for almost a decade, then branched into the senior lender and then branch manager. And then
Oh,
bumalik lang ako sa mortgage advisor specialist because itong gusto kong gawin. I find it like, helpful sa customer when I'm able to put a puzzle together and, help them out with
Yeah.
their goals.
Okay. O sige, let's go to the specific tools or strategies that they can do. Let's say, Ate Susan, talagang gusto ko na talaga mag-retire eh. Kunyari, mag-email sa'yo, Ate Susan, gusto ko na talaga mag-retire pero kulang budget ko to pay my mortgage. What can I do? O ano ang
Okay,
pwede ko? Yeah. Okay.
so let's start with number one, okay? Let's
Okay.
say downsize. Mag-downsize tayo. Like, example ko, ganun ang gagawin namin pag malapit na kami sa retirement namin, magda-downsize kami. That's the easiest way. So when you
Okay.
downsize, typically, depends. There's two options, right? Because a lot of times, pag nag-downsize ang tao, ang sasabihin nila is because they already have built equity in their house, right?
Yeah.
So pag binenta nila, let's say 700,000 ang value ng bahay, and they owe maybe 300,000
Okay.
or $400,000. So they pay that off, and then they have the cash minus all the expenses, buy a smaller house.
Okay.
And maybe if you use 50% of the down payment, then let's say you bought a 500 or maybe 450 away from where you're living kasi ang standard of living. Find a space or area na mas murang bahay
Okay.
if that is a choice, you're willing to do. Kasi sometimes, gusto mong magstay sa family mo or sa mga relatives mo, hindi mo maiwan yung town na yun, so you can't do it, di ba? Malulungkot ka kung saan ka pupunta. So, lay down all the options, but then the easiest way nga is to downsize and move somewhere where it's cheaper.
Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah, instead of having a mortgage of 400,000, then maybe 100 na lang, and stretch that amortization to however max you can, because instead of renting, you're just minimizing your payment on a monthly basis.
Oo.
So number one is downsizing.
One question natin, Susan. Pag ganong age ka na, how, kunyari, 60 na, 65 or 60, then you said, no, sige, mag-iwan ka ng mortgage, 100,000. How long ka bibigyan ng bangko kapag at that age? Because I'm sure it's...
Everybody's entitled to 30 years. They don't discriminate. Yeah,
Really?
They don't discriminate
Nice.
on age. Because it's not a matter of saying, hey, are you still going to live for 30 years?
Yeah.
No, that's not how the bank looks at it. They look at it as if in the event that someone goes and they owe something, babayaran naman yun ng estate eh. So, walang kinalaman. It's just a matter of your preference. But a lot of times, that would be the value is to stretch the amortization to lower or better the cash flow kasi you want your monthly payment to be as low as you can, di ba?
Yeah. All
So
right.
downsizing.
That's one. Downsizing. What else? Ano pang ibang option? Ayoko, Ate Susan, mag-downsize, sabihin nila. Ayoko tumira sa condo. Yung iba kasi nag-downsize to a condo, let's say, di ba? O, ano pang ibang option?
So we can go, pwede nating sabihin na if you're not willing to downsize and you're living on a house where there's a basement, then you can rent out the space.
Okay.
Again, depende sa gusto nyo kasi a lot of people too, they don't want anybody living in their house, di ba?
Yes.
But if it's an option, then make it as a legal separate apartment, yung basement or upper, then i-rent out yung bahay. That a lot of times it covers their mortgage payment and they just have to worry about their everyday expenses like food and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
So, yung mga nasa 60, 65, they do a lot of those. Or, i-segue natin, I guess, aside from renting is yung reverse mortgage na pinag-usapan natin last time. So, yeah.
Please explain reverse mortgage in a very simple way, okay? Kasi ako sa totoo lang kay Ate Susan ko lang siya, si Ate Susan lang ang nag-explain sa akin. But yeah, can you explain to us what a reverse mortgage is? Yung simple lang, Ate Susan, okay,
Simple lang.
basic
Okay,
idea
so
niya.
reverse mortgage in simpleng sorry, intindihan tawag doon. Explain. Sorry,
Yeah.
pag-explain is you as a homeowner has been paying down your mortgage, and at a certain point you have paid it down na pwede kang mag-reverse. Minimum age is 55 years old, okay?
Okay.
And there's a certain calculation niya. There's two big institution that does reverse mortgage in Canada. One is Equitable Bank, and one is CHIP, which is now called Home Equity Bank. Okay.
Okay.
So let's use 1 million for easy number. Okay.
Okay.
Say 55 years old, 1 million ang value ng bahay. Let's say free and clear. Okay. 55 years old. They won't lend them the $1 million that the value of their house. There's a certain calculation. It's probably what I've seen all throughout the past 3 years. Kung 55 years old, up to 28%, sometimes 25% lang ang pahiram sa kanila ng
Okay.
value. Why? Because they accommodate the fact that, hey, what if this person lives through to 100 years?
Okay.
So that means, even though mag-100 na sila, they want to sell it, there's still going to be value at the end, and hindi sila mawawalan ng bahay kahit na hanggang 100 years old sila tumira doon.
Okay, so you apply for this and then you get a certain portion of the value of your house. And then what happens to your monthly payments?
Okay, so yung payment, two things yan. It's either you don't do anything at all, it gets tacked onto the mortgage. Okay, for example, regular mortgage, let's say $100,000 mortgage, my 5% interest, right? Let's say $5,000 annually ang interest, right?
Okay.
On a regular mortgage, you would pay the interest along with the principal.
Yeah.
So, yun ang regular mortgage. On a reverse mortgage, the interest gets tacked onto the mortgage, so you don't have to worry about the payment.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, let's say kung 5,000 divided by 12, dun sa regular mortgage may 516 kang payment, dito wala, i-add lang. Instead that, hey, eto yung bayad ko, 416, idinadagdag lang dito sa reverse mortgage mo. So let's say after a year, you borrowed 100,000, right?
Uh-huh.
After a year, you would owe them 105. So it gets
Okay.
compounded to it. So it's not bad. After 5 years, let's say easy math, 25 years ang na-add doon.
All
So
right.
ngayon, let's say you want to sell your house in 5 years, or you don't want the reverse anymore. For some reason, you went back to work or you got money. You're entitled to pay that off. But you have to pay the original loan plus yung mga interest na tinakoon sa mortgage. Ganun ang reverse. So wala kang intindihan na babayaran.
Oo.
Yeah, a lot of times
What?
ang mga tao siisipin, mawawala ba yung bahay namin? Hindi. Kasi may calculation yun. Na make sure na hindi mawawala ang bahay sa kanila. Kasi it's not the bank. You still own your house. It's like a regular mortgage. Wala ka lang iniintinding a front payment. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it though, but that's the simple way. Sabi nga may tagline yung Equitable, is the keys to our home unlock our future. So a lot of stress, maraming mga senior nagre-rely lang sa CPP and old age. Property tax pa lang nila, let's say sa Toronto, magkano na 5,000, 6,000 a year.
Yeah.
Kung CPP nila magkano? So pagkain pa nila, kotse pa nila. So wala na natira kung may mortgage payment sila.
Correct. Okay. FYI guys, si Ate Susan actually specializes in reverse mortgages, right? Sabi sa akin ng puto eh.
I guess you can say that because I really enjoy talking to clients. But I have to say though, the reverse mortgage is, as an advisor, basically I can say I will be the first line of defense.
Yeah.
If we were to say the line of and then second and then the third, because there's a lot of instances, pag may nagre-reverse mortgage, it's my job to make sure what is the intent.
Yeah, okay.
Diba? Are there people behind the parents asking them to say, hey, can you do this so we can get money off you? Those are other, mga iba, marami ding sa may mga, hindi naman siya fraudulent, but to the point where they take advantage of the elders. So as an advisor, it's my job to say, hey, what is the money going to be used for? Because sometimes wala silang mortgage, di ba? They want to take money out to give us a living inheritance sa mga bata. That's okay too.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of young ones, they can't afford to have down payment, or they can, but saan sila makakabili ng ano without the parents' help? Parang ganun ang nangyayari yun. But there's a lot of questions. There's lawyers involved. We talk to the customer, or if there's like one sibling that's talking to the parents with an advisor, we would always ask the parents, ilan ang anak ninyo?
Oh, okay.
Kasi, yeah, it's important that everybody is on board. Because again, this is going into a little bit into the reverse. We want to make sure na hindi mag-aaway-away din yung mga anak, because, you know, it's sort of their inheritance later on, if we may say. Nangyayari talaga yun. But we think ahead, because may mga instances na before na back like maybe 20, 30 years ago, they would just say, hey mom, can you sign up for this because we need this? And then meron palang kapatid na hindi alam. That's one. And then meron din namang instances na the children don't want the parents to sign for reverse mortgage at all.
Oh.
Because, guess ka, Ina, kung bakit?
Baka mawalan na sila ng mana. Ganon.
Exactly. So they don't really, not that they don't care of how the parents are living, but in a way, bakit mag-suffer ang parents? That's their money, right? They can actually meet in the middle na kung anong makakapagpabuti sa buhay or status ng parents nila. So nangyayari yun. It's like, no, we're not gonna allow you to do this because what about our pamana, right?
No.
You actually hear of those. So that's when we step back and just listen. Because at the end of the day, what is best for the customer? So that's why
grabe, no?
Independent legal advice, ILA, narinig mo din sa akin sinabi to tungkol sa mga nag-separate, diba? Or spousal, ganon. Same thing with reverse mortgage. Not only there's going to be a lawyer involved for closing, there's going to be an independent legal advice that they understand what they're signing for.
Yeah. So it's definitely a medyo complicated
nagiging
process.
complicated na. So yeah, so use your expertise. Like I said, there's help. You don't have to do you don't have to do it. Wala na ang boses, sorry. Excuse me.
It's okay. Ako din, meron din ako eh. Okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to do any of this, but it's good to hear your options, right? There's a lot of options, but it starts with you asking questions. So, yeah.
Okay. Alam mo, actually, I read a little bit about this reverse mortgage. Again, simply put, for those like me na fairly recently ko lang na-encounter tong term na to. So you apply, when you get approved for this, you get a portion of the value of your house, bibigay sa'yo yan ng bangko. And then you don't actually have to pay for it right away. In some instances, Ate Susan, the bank will just recover yung binigay niya sa'yo in case may mangyari na sa'yo, no? And then they can sell the house, doon nila babawiin yun.
Eventually,
in a way,
yes.
Yeah, eventually. Or if you move out, you sell it, pwedeng ganon. In a way, parang mawawalan ka ng monthly payments at some point.
It has to be your primary home. It cannot be your second home pwede din. It cannot be a rental. It has to be just your primary home or second home. I'm actually doing one where they have their main home, but it wasn't enough. So we resorted to doing a blanket reverse mortgage along with the weekend home nila na tinatawag. So yeah.
Okay. So there are ways, no? But again, guys, you study these things before you get into it. Okay. So tatlo na napag-usapan natin, Ate Susan. I wrote it down in. Downsize, you can rent your basement or an extra room in your house. And then the reverse mortgage. Ano pa ang other tools that they can avail of?
Another one is perhaps sell. Take your cash and go, and then rent.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
And then rent. Is that wise, Ate Susan?
Depends din. It falls into regular like yung mga age na bata pa na sabing I'll just rent than own. Let's put Rice as an example. Si Rice.
Si Rice, hi Rice.
Yes. Yeah, if my rent is what it is, let's use $1,000 as an example. I think I would rent all the way and invest my money somewhere else, because it doesn't mean you just need to buy a property. You can buy a property as a rental property, then you don't have to live there. And I have a lot of customers that does that. They would actually rent and pay 80 to $2,000 and use the money they sold and buy a rental property and let that the money grow for them. But that's not for
Oh, okay.
everybody. That's one. But sell and rent depends again on the advice that you're gonna get and where you wanna be. Because if mag-rent sila and under $2,000, you don't have property tax bill, you don't have any other. Some rent for seniors, it's all inclusive. So
Yeah.
depending on the situation, that can be an option too.
Oh,
Again, that's when you talk to your investment and retirement planner or your banking advisor, whoever that is, or someone in the family that just knows how to do it, di ba?
yeah. Okay,
So
okay.
yeah.
No? Alright, ano pa? Alam ko may listahan diyan kasi si Ate Susan, no? Of course.
Next one is
Next one.
refinance. This is very popular.
Yeah, I know.
Refinance and extend the amortization of your mortgage. Okay?
Okay.
So maybe nung medyo bata pa tayo, we would say, I want to pay my mortgage in 10 years or 15 years instead of 25, 30. That's fine and dandy, right? But life happens. You had kids, they went to university, you had to pay all of those bills, car here, car there, and everything else that goes with it. So originally, maybe let's say 2005, you bought the
Mm.
house for 300,000. Because of all the kids growing or just family event, you ended up having a mortgage for 450 now instead of having the 300 go down to 250 or 200.
Yeah, okay. Oo.
So now, a lot of times para ma-better ang cash flow, they would refinance and then again clean up or consolidate all the debts into one instead of having car for 800, 900, and credit cards here. Again, life happens, right? You're not
Mhm.
bothering anybody else, you're borrowing from yourself. And
Okay.
I'm huge on this because I know there's going to be a lot of people say, why would you want to do 30 years amortization, or why would you extend or refinance? It's not for everybody, but
Mhm.
it's for some people that needs it.
Yeah.
Because let's say, again, buhay ng tao, hindi mo maano, may nangyaring event. Paano kung nag-resort sila, hindi nila alam na pwede sila mag-refinance? This happens a lot of times. A lot of clients that bought houses 5, 10 years ago, they don't even know that they can do this, which is
Uh-huh.
good in a way. But at the same time, 10 credit cards or 5 credit cards at 20%, and they're paying almost $3,000, $4,000 every month because they didn't
Yeah.
know they can borrow from themselves. Well, technically from the bank, but they're borrowing from their own equity. Just
Yeah.
imagine the stress level na
Yeah.
pwede nilang ano. And we have like 55, 60, 65 years old that has 5 credit cards, 10
Oo,
credit
grabe.
cards. Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be any reason. It can be because it's from their own spending or helping the family.
Oh, but of course, I think kasama ng pag-refinance is a promise to yourself that moving
Exactly.
forward, you really have to stick to that budget. Otherwise, madedefeat yung purpose ng pag-refinance mo.
Yes. So
Lalo
that's
kapag
why I always
magkakaroon
say
ka.
nga, if they have a good relationship with their banker, some banker, they always move on, they change roles, right? But there's
Yeah.
always going to be someone you can talk to because it's hard to talk to a family. You don't really want to disclose everything sa
Mhm.
kanila, di ba?
Yeah.
So go talk to the professionals and,
Oh,
don't be shy.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, so
yeah,
that's
so
refinancing. Okay. Meron pang isa ito, nakita ko to, may listahan po kasi kami again ano, ni Ate Susan. Ito interesting to, yung multi-generational living. You can ask your relatives to live with you or
okay, yeah.
and have them shoulder some of the expenses. Parang ganun, can you share with this
Oh, I'm gonna have two examples of this. The
Okay.
other one is, let's say you have the house already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's use one in Toronto, 1 million value again,
Mm.
and you have a mortgage of, let's say, $400,000. Example,
Mm-hmm.
$3,000 payment, and that's too much for seniors, right? So what they can
Mm-hmm.
do is, hey, family, number one, number two, let's fix the basement. You live in the basement, or some live half of the house. So instead of those other family buying their own property or renting, Then fair market rent, why don't you just live with us and we share all the expenses? So that's one.
Okay, okay. O,
Okay.
simple.
And
O,
another part will be the generational living is they buy another property, get rid of this $1 million home, take the cash, buy a bigger property somewhere else, cheaper area. I'm actually there's another family that I'm helping. I guess no privacy.
mm.
They want to buy a triplex. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because the amount or the purchase price is less than 1.5 or
Mm-hmm.
a million, they're able to just put a minimum down payment.
All right. Tapos
Well, it
yung
has to
dalawa
be
ipaparent
10%.
nila.
Yeah, it has to be 10%, not minimum 5%. So let's say on a $700,000, right? 25 and another 10%. Sorry. So that would be, let's say, $770,000 down payment. But two families, right? Triplex.
Mm-mm.
So the first family lives in one unit, the second lives on the second, and the third
Mm-hmm.
is actually they're gonna assume the renter, which is paying 1,800 or to $2,000 every month.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
mortgage payment total is only like 2,800
Oh, wow.
minus 18. So they're just left with, what is that? I can't even do the math.
Edi
Minus,
alam.
let's say 2,000, 1,800 left for them, right?
Yeah.
So two
Okay.
families at 18, even if let's say divided by two, that's 900 plus property tax, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's actually the best scenario for if they can do that, the triplex or up to fourplex, they can do minimum down payment. So
Yeah.
splitting.
Oo. Another option nabasa ko, Ate Susan, is you can sell your house to your relative. And then ikaw mag-rent sa kanila, have an arrangement na gano'n.
Yeah, so a lot of that are happening too kasi ayaw
Mm.
nilang i-give up yung bahay nila. Plus, let's say $500,000 value ng fair market, they can sell it at a lower price. And a lot of times yung down payment, they don't even have to worry about because it's going to be in a form of gift. So no money
Oh.
being taken out from their own pocket. So 500, let's say 20% down payment, so 100, right? So they're going to sell it to whoever's going to buy the family at 400. The $100,000 will be gifted from whoever is selling to them. So gifted money. And that I've done that with clients before
Wow!
too.
Wala ka nang lalabas. Gano'n na yun.
Lawyers fees, but a
Oh,
lot of
ayun
times
lang.
whoever's gifting also pays for the lawyer's cost. Yeah, they still,
Oo.
the first time home buyer, they don't have to worry about land transfer tax so much, anything over a certain amount lang, which is minimal, maybe $5,000-$6,000 or less. They can
Mm.
move into the house with the family that's giving them that option.
I see.
Again,
Okay,
going into detail, talk to your specialist or your advisor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. O meron pa ba, Ate Susan? Did we miss any?
Here, another one. Oh, I actually like this one here.
Hmm.
Oh, this one here is not so popular, but it happens too. Semi-retire. At least, yeah,
Semi-retire.
semi-retire.
Okay,
Still
okay.
keep a part-time job of you enjoy, right? Because you want to enjoy life already by that time. So
Uh-huh.
at least instead of just relying on the CPP old age or pension, then you can still have extra income to
Okay.
pay whatever it is, right? That you need to.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's one more,
Hmm.
and I've seen this before too. They have a big pension.
O
Two
di,
ways
kapag
you can do.
pag malaki pension mo, wala ka ng problema. Kaya mo pa.
Yeah,
Go
some of
away.
them they have, I guess, too much money. They don't know what to do. Is they just cash it out and they pay their mortgage. But then again, you should talk to your advisor because there's tax implications when you take so much of your pension, right?
All
So
right.
what would it do if you take 300? That means you have to pay the tax bracket on that, right? Again, I'm
Yeah.
no expert on the investment side anymore because I don't have the license, nor I should be talking about it. Pero, yun. And another way is, let's say my pension sila, and this one I can remember, they can start pulling or putting the money or invest it. It's called monthly income fund. So let's say they have, again, 100,000. Yung
Okay.
interest nun, pwede nilang kuhanin, maiiwan yung principal. Hindi magagalaw yung principal, interest lang nakuha nila monthly, which can be a supplement for their monthly expenses.
Okay.
Maraming pwedeng gawin.
Supplement
So,
lang yun kasi kunyari 100,000, medyo maliit lang interest nun kada taon no?
kung may 5% din, $5,000,
Yeah.
right? So, at least it's still property tax payment instead na i-cash out nila bigla, di ba? Again, maraming option. Yung mga advisor, there's tools and resources that they can plug in their information in. Ang galing. Especially in this AI, time na natin, di ba?
Yeah.
Nagagamit. Kahit kayo, meron mga maraming tools. Ano
Yeah.
pa ba? Pag-usapan natin reverse mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is mga subsidies, government programs. It's not for everybody.
Naku,
You have
okay.
to apply and you have to ma-approve. Depends on your situations din.
Iba-iba yata to per province, no? Yung mga
Each
offerings.
and every province, sometimes may mga city din programs.
Okay.
Like, pag kung saan kayo nakatira, mag-visit kayo. Alam niyo ba yung pag napupunta kayo ng mga town, may mga city, ano tawag doon? Magagandang building ng city, yung
Okay.
stop over, you should look into that kasi walang gumagamit. Ang lalaki ng mga sweldo ng mga government jobs na yon, nandun lang sila. Utilize them. Ask, what do we have in our city? What kind of programs do we have? I think meron kang na-interview na isa na isa sa na they take advantage of the cadet thing, something like that,
yes,
diba?
Tito Bob. Correct.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
of that, yung libre yung schooling or college.
Exactly. So that's for students, right? But there are other programs for everybody to take advantage of.
Ayan. We
they
missed
don't
one
promote
pala,
it.
Ate Susan. Yung hilok.
Yung hilok din, okay.
Okay.
So, ang hilok is, there's a few ways to get approval on hilok. Kasi either it's based on regular approval ng standard lending, where they would ask for income, or it's called equity lending, which is on the higher interest, and it can be interest-only payment as well.
Okay.
So I always suggest while you're working and you have the house, set it up while you can. Kasi di naman na nila titingnan yun for as long as you live in the house, you have that HELOC with you. But kung wala ka pa, kung ma-approve ka naman based on your income, again, this is another topic. How much can I get approved? There's something called total debt ratio, and the other one is the gross debt ratio, depending on your income. Isipin mo na lang ito. Kung 1,000 ang sweldo mo, 44% of your income, you can get approved ng HELOC. So,
yeah, that's the parang rule of thumb, 44%.
Rule of thumb, yes. 44% ng gross income ninyo or 39%. Pag-aari mo ni bahay, there's always exemption to ask the bank. But pag brand new kasi, you have the option of having minimum down payment or conventional mortgage.
All right. Okay. Ate Susan, I think we went through everything sa ating listahan. Did we miss something? Parang wala na.
Yan na, na natin.
All right. Okay, but I think it's been so informative already. Ang dami nating na-present na mga options. Again, guys, walang sapilitan ito, Kung kayo ay meron lang pinagdadaanan, pinag-iisip-isip kayo, ano bang gagawin ko, mag-retire na ba o hindi? Yeah, or if you know somebody in that situation, you can share them this episode. Okay, but again, these things need further study, Okay, kapag i-consider nyo sila. So, Ate Susan, thank you so much for this episode. Maraming salamat. Again, her email is the one down there crawling. Okay, so if you want to get in touch with her.
So talk to your nearest advisor, or I'm here, we can have a chat. But other than that, utilize the experts.
Yeah, correct. Free lang mag-consult sa mga financial advisor, guys. Free. Okay, pati si Ate Susan, free din mag-consult. And she caters, Canada-wide yan siya sa mga kliyente.
Yes. We do have counterparts sa iba-ibang mga province, so we can help.
All right. Okay, guys. Maraming salamat again, Ate Susan. We will end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Thank you.